Right off, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. And no, I'm not talking about some sponsor or Patreon. I'm talking about the fact that this is an early release game, a continuing content creation game, a game that has a season tab that we can assume will want us to buy a season pass, or every new level, or skins, or whatnot. Microtransactions. Ugh. So, out of the gate, it's got some work to do to convince us to recommend it, and the fact that they seem to be embracing the early release means it's okay to ship with bugs and instability mindset does not help this case. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Quick, to the gameplay! The Anacrusis is a 4-person squad-based PvE first-person shooter set in an abandoned space station on the rim of explored space. We say abandoned, but that doesn't count the 4 player characters or the thousands of former humans that are playing host to aliens. Anyway, players progress through the levels ostensibly as a team, gathering perks, special weapons, grenades, and meds while fighting off waves of aliens of various forms. Basic aliens, grabbers, flashers, bashers, hatchers, slimers, and sliders from White Castle. So if you've ever played Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, Dead Island, World War Z, Warhammer Vermintide, or Vermintide 2, or any of a dozen other 4-player PvE games, you have, and there's no way to sugarcoat this, you've played a better game. It's not that the game is terrible or badly made, or that the bugs that we did encounter were game-breaking or anything. It's just that all of those other games were compelling. They made us want to ready up for the next mission or get back into things after a wipe. There was no, we'll get them again next time, boys. No, boy, that was close. No, how is it morning already? Just waves of alien sameness that quickly grew ignorable. The press brief for the game says never play the same battle twice, but it really felt like we never played a different battle than the first one we encountered. There are 3 guns in the game so far, the SMB, assault rifle, and shotgun, and to be honest, they all feel the same. There was never a point that I said, oh, I need to switch weapons in this situation. Get me a shotgun stat! I picked one and just ran with it. I never needed to stop firing, never felt that it was taking any skill to use, and never had any of that weight or heft that makes the gunplay of games like Apex Legends feel great. Adequate is an appropriate word for the gunplay. Old school might be another. There was a surprising variety of grenades, but only the impact, fire, and stasis really felt rewarding to use. There are other special weapons, the lightning one, the laser one, the turret one, but they were few and far between and ran out of ammo too quickly to really give that sense of, I'm here to kick patootie and take names, and I just took all the names. But what about the different characters, I hear you ask? And yes, there is a wide variety of heroes you can play as. It is exactly 4 heroes wide. And other than how they look, they're all the same. There are no classes, no specialties, and you don't even get to pick which one of the 4 skins you'll don. Ah, but what about the perks you mentioned? Yeah, about those. They sound amazing. You gather perks as you progress to power up. Every time you find a matter gathering station, you can pick one of the 3 random perks on offer. And in a typical mission, you can expect to gather a few before the final wave. But even this is far too small of a difference to even feel. I never noticed the small damage buffs or damage reductions or even the aim assist perk. Much less did I rely on the perk to support my tactics or choose them for me. And did I mention how slow you move in the game? Maybe I'm too used to games like Titanfall or Warzone or Halo, but the characters seem to wallow from place to place. In a game that should be an intense fight through a labyrinth of monsters mixed with a few mad scrambles to the exit and some skin-of-your-teeth last stands, yet waddle, waddle, waddle goes the player. Shoot, 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 and kill all the AI monsters. Oh yeah! That reminds me, the AI is a letdown. Not horrible, but if your 3 partners get disconnected and replaced by AI, which, whether they were abandoning the game because they didn't like how it was going or just got disconnected because the servers were not doing well, so it's rather likely that'll happen to you, well, Well, let me just say friendly fire is on, and the AI is a bad shot. But the greatest sin of this game is its greatest letdown. The promise of a new setting for a squad-based PvE shooter, the vibrant colors and groovy aesthetic, promise a great arena for this sort of thing. We've had dark, gloomy apocalypses with tsunamis of Zeds blotting out the sun, but a Technicolor romp through a clean shopping mall with open textures and even an arena set in a disco with groovy music, and it all just came off as bland and nameless. None of it tells a story like the levels of Dead Island, or gives the feeling of being in a new place to fight. Overall, a big promise unfulfilled leads to a big disappointment. So, should a Christian play the Anacrusis? There is no sexualization, no swearing that I could find, lots of violence, but all against aliens. There's no drugs or alcohol, no subtle theological perversions are being taught. Honestly, there isn't enough story here to have any teaching whatsoever. So, if a Christian wanted to play it, I can't see anything wrong with it, except maybe the fact that you can get a handful of other games that are regularly on sale for less than $5 that are better than this. There are just better games that you could be playing. Go play one of those. And hopefully, with a few years of updates, the Anacrusis will be as vibrant and robust as its promise holds. And this is the part where I insert a witty comment based on the theme of the game to send you off with, but it doesn't have a strong enough one to hold up a joke. So don't forget to subscribe and follow us over on Twitch, where we test out all of the new games. And until next time, we'll play with you later.